After a young red fox is orphaned, Big Mama the owl and her friends, Dinky the finch and Boomer the woodpecker, arrange for him to be adopted by kindly farmer widow Tweed, who names him Toad. Meanwhile, her neighbor, Hunter Amos Slade, brings home a young hound puppy named Copper and introduces him to his hunting dog Chief. One day, Toad and Copper meet and become best friends, pledging eternal friendship. Amos grows frustrated at Copper for constantly wandering off to play, and places him on a leash. While playing with Copper outside his barrel, Toad accidentally awakens Chief. Amos and Chief chase Toad until they are stopped by Tweed. After an argument, Amos threatens to kill Toad if he trespasses on his farm again. Hunting season comes and Amos takes his dogs into the wilderness for the interim. Meanwhile, Big Mama, Dinky, and Boomer attempt to explain to Toad that Copper will soon become his enemy. However, Toad naively insists that he and Copper will remain friends forever. The following spring, Toad and Copper reach adulthood. Copper returns as an expert hunting dog, who is expected to track down foxes. Late at night, Toad sneaks over to visit Copper. Their conversation awakens Chief, who alerts Amos. A chase ensues and Copper catches Toad, but lets Toad go while diverting Amos. Chief catches Toad as he attempts an escape on a railroad track, but an oncoming train strikes Chief, resulting in him falling into the river below and breaking his leg. Enraged by this, Copper and Amos blame Toad for the accident and vow vengeance. Realizing Toad is no longer safe with her, Tweed leaves him at a game reserve. After a disastrous night on his own in the woods, Big Mama introduces Toad to Vixie, a female fox who helps Toad adapt to life in the forest. Meanwhile, Amos and Copper trespass into the reserve and hunt the two foxes. The chase climaxes when Amos and Copper inadvertently provoke an attack from a giant grizzly bear. Amos trips and falls into one of his own traps, dropping his gun slightly out of reach. Copper violently fights the bear, but is almost killed by the vicious animal. Toad battles the bear until they both fall down a waterfall. As Copper approaches Toad as he lies in the lake below, Amos appears, ready to shoot Toad. Copper positions himself in front of Toad to prevent Amos from shooting him, refusing to move away. Amos lowers his gun and leaves with Copper. Toad and Copper share one last smile before parting. At home, Tweed nurses Amos back to health while the dogs rest. Copper, before going to sleep, smiles as he remembers the day when he first met Toad. On a hill, Vixie joins Toad as they look down on Toad's former home and Copper's.